Alright guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be showcasing some of the rifles and the LMGs from the Call of Duty Modern Warfare Boneworks mod pack. I excluded the M4s because I'm going to do those in another episode just because there's like 8. And that would be too many guns for one episode because I like to keep these short so I can do them in one take. Just all the way through. So let's get started over here on this table. We have the M13s. These are pretty cool. They function essentially the exact same. They essentially function exactly the same as an M4. However, they have a slightly higher fire rate. The ergonomics on these are pretty good. I found it to be not very glitchy at all, considering it's a modded weapon. Recoil isn't too bad either. Next up is the tactical M13, which is exactly the same, just with a foregrip and a little tiny holographic sight, really small. Then over here we have the Kilo 141, which is pretty cool. There's no standard version of this without any attachments, but I don't really mind. It has the laser and the angled foregrip. Has a much lower fire rate. And I find the charging handles very well done. I've noticed on other guns like the MP5, even the original MP5, especially the MP5K, even if they aren't the modded ones, there's trouble with trying to pull a charging handle back. When the grip is right there, sometimes you'll accidentally grab the grip instead of charging it. Next up is the FAL. This is pretty well done. It's not the best FAL out there, definitely. But the canted hybrid is nice. The bolt unfortunately doesn't function, so you can't really see the inner workings of the gun. But that's not really a huge deal. The gun sounds are also a little bit weird on this one. Next up is the table of grows. There's quite a few in this. They all use the 60-round magazine, which is cool. I like the concept of the 60-round magazine, although I think it would be better, or I would personally like it if there was like one that had just like a 30-round magazine. Here's the tactical. Here's the tactical one. It's just the exact same with a laser and red dot. These have very, very little recoil. Here's the extended barrel version with this big old M-lock rail. I like these a lot, but they flop around, so reloading them gets kind of wonky. Because it's flopping around so much, it's kind of hard to slam magazines into it. I think functionally these are exactly the same as the smaller ones. I don't think they have any advanced range stats or anything, but they do have a different iron sight. It's a little bit harder to get just because it's that little needle. You can barely see it, just at least on the Vive, because it's a lower resolution screen. And here's the tactical version with a vertical foregrip, a laser, and a canted hybrid. I'm not really sure what I think about this one. I think in concept it'd be awesome, a magnified optic and a 60-round magazine, as well as a canted red dot. I really like canted red dots. However, I feel like the shader for the magnified optic in this pack is a little bit wacky. It's kind of dim, and it's hard to see. It can be very hard to actually use in a combat situation where you're trying to shoot some nullmen. Here's the SA-87. This one is a little bit hard to reload, again because it's kind of floppy. It's got the angled foregrip, and the fire rate is also really low on this. Yeah, I'm not really a fan of bullpups, at least in VR. And here's the holder. There's also a left-handed version of this one, although I could not find any differences between them. This is a very fun gun to use. It has a 100-round magazine, and it's very lightweight. It's about the same weight as the Grows, the extended barrel ones, which is really interesting. So you can really run around with this one and just shred. I think any group of enemies in the game you could just destroy with one magazine without reloading with that gun. It's very fun. Alright, thank you guys for tuning in. I think next up I'll be posting some gameplay, probably with the Deagle, because that's one of my favorite guns right now. The 50GS from this pack is crazy. It one-shots like anything. And then I'll probably be posting a video on some of the melee weapons from this pack, as well as a video with all the M4s. Thank you guys for tuning in.